Felix Navidaddies versus 90th V. We got lots of bonks on the left, lots of 90th V on the right. With Midi Hannibal, Pac Manly, both friends to this stream. Sergeant Hattie was in a competitive game with him back when I was in TXT. I think I know some of the other folks, although I don't know the bonk names. So over on Feliz Navidaddies, we've got the Knyaz, or the Knyaz. We got the Musashi, big ass guns with a bow that wants to shoot him. Got an Alsace. Ooh, I haven't seen the Allspice in this one yet. And Republic, I'm pretty sure French stuff has a turtleback armor. So instead of the kind of like heavy hitter with the GK secondaries and stuff, she's got the maybe some drive-by potential. And then we've got the never to be underestimated Ohio. What's on the other side?
So 90th is bringing a pretty interesting comp. They're bringing a pretty standard, actually, now that I think about it. Ohio, Kremlin for the tanking, a Pommern also for the secondaries, and again, as the little compensator, we got that puny but very good secondary ship, Mikasa. So we'll see what she can do this game. So it looks like I'm just commenting on what you said before about the Alsace. It does have a turtleback, and it does also have Republic secondaries. So if they want a secondary spec it, they can. But honestly, it's overall it's just an HE monster. Something strange here. Looks like Bonk Bonk is pointing his guns to the right for some strange reason. Very interesting indeed. But overall, it's the Alsace on the A side because it is fast. Goes up to 36, 37 knots, I think. And the rest of them, the Musashi and the Ohio, are going to go C with the Knaz in the middle to try and deter any push from VCAP, which probably will fail if it's Knaz.
I'm going to have to think that what Bonk Bonk was taking is going to be looking at is either A, he's going to pull a destroyer maneuver and back into the cap so that his guns are pointed in the aggressive stance. So if he's able to take A and nobody's able to challenge him, he can pull back to the center and potentially deal with there's often a lot of people that'll park in the Bravo cap, try to take central map position and do something there. So rather than actually crossing onto the enemy side of the field, he'll be able to take A and then a quick jump back to assist in the mid. Meanwhile, the rest of his team, the Suvorov hangs back while Aerolis and Sergeant Hattie, Musashi, Ohio, moving toward Charlie. Musashi is doing the thing that always scares me by going forward, but he's got a nice, tasty waifu that he can wrap himself in her arms and keep his side strong as he is just shooting the Kremlin in the face many, many a time. That does leave Bravo open, but as we have already noticed, the Allspice is looking back to squat his little bum in Alpha, maybe take a dump, and then head off into the fight and eventually show up in a few minutes.
All right, so opening salvos, it looks like the Ohio and Musashi are focusing on the Kremlin to try and chip down that tankiness as much as possible before the Pommern actually has a chance to get too close, it looks like. The Mikasa actually chugging it along and is about to enter the B cap, along with the Ohio, who's also looking to support the Pommern and the Kremlin to try and deter the Bonk's push at C. The Knaz, meanwhile, is actually a little bit faster than the Mikasa and is going towards B, so he will spot the Mikasa if the Mikasa drives out here. But if the Mikasa just stays where he is, he's just going to get the cap off, completely safe.
Sure, so we might get to see a slap fight between Tier 2 versus Tier 3. Dun dun dun! Over at B, a titanic struggle between small ship versus other small ship. Meanwhile, over at Charlie, the Ohio has multiple guns able to see him, whereas the Musashi does not. Therefore, everybody is looking to dunk on the Ohio, which is technically good play, as the Ohio has the fastest cycling heal of the targets to shoot. Ohio having a 40-second cooldown between heals and probably using flags and other stuff to make that even faster. So this guy is going to be a bullet sponge for a while, ripping into a Pommern. Ohio is a little above half health. Pommern is a little below it. Now he's a lot below it. Pommern might actually go down even before he's able to get into torp range. The closer he gets to the Musashi, the more of an ass kicking he's going to get. In the middle, we've got the low tiers that are going to be looking at each other, and the Allspace has decided, fuck that playing safe stuff. Let's get in here and beat this Mikasa to death with my fists. So that ass kicking's on the way. As the Pommern probably trying to somehow get close enough to torp the Musashi.
Half health.
Ah.
Let me just finish this update. Okay.
Yeah, Pommern is embracing his inner YOLO. If he's able to survive the front shot from this Musashi, there's going to be a whole lot of nobody that's going to be able to save him. And Sergeant Hattie might actually be holding on to it just to try to make sure that he can make it count for when the Pommern goes for the YOLO push. Could actually dunk into the Kremlin. Nope, doesn't have the shot. That's going to be... Musashi has blown his wad. Pommern is healing. He's going to be all in, looking for some torps real soon. Ohio getting his ass kicked by an Ohio and a Kremlin.
Oof. That was...
From downtown, it almost did the thing, but the Pommern continues to heal. Musashi is probably going to be able to get another shot off as he's reversing. Hattie reloading his guns furiously, screaming at the people to hurry the fuck up. There's the shells.
Are pointing. Ooh, and the Pommern guns down. So I was just going to point out that Ares guns were pointed towards the Pommern. So if he was going to try and get torps out on the Musashi, he would have died either way.
Good to have the
now
insurance.
Musashi has a perfect cross shot on the Ohio and the Kremlin that are pushing Ares right now. Ooh, this is not good for the Ohio.
Oof.
Yep, that's a 20k chunk.
Oof.
Ooh, another 30k chunk.
Oof.
Oh, that's not good for that Ohio.
Mikasa goes down. The Ohio goes down. Oof. They traded, but that's going to leave one Kremlin, mighty Kremlin, between an Alsace, Musashi, and Ginyaz. It's going to eventually be 2 caps to 1, which is going to put the Kremlin in the unenviable position of having to kill all the dudes on the map. Hattie backing up, giving him a little more space, actually pulling forward now, potentially looking for a ram? Not really sure where the Musashi is going to go, but the Alsace of Bonk Bonk is moving in to engage the Kremlin, with the Musashi looking to capitalize on some kind of crossfire. Might be that Pac Manley is moving forward to offer his side to the damage gods, so that we can start moving over to round 2. So it does look like this is going to be a little bit decisive.
Yeah. This Kremlin, honestly, I think he's just broadsiding the Alsace to just end it.
Yeah, I
think
think
to get a drive-by on the Musashi, but it's showing a little bit too much side. The Musashi already pre-turns his guns, turning in. Ooh, he's gonna try and get the ram off. It looks like. Oh, nice dev strike by that Musashi right there.
Yep, Musashi guns were already in position, and the Kremlin's got a really high citadel, so there wasn't going to be a way out of that. But it's 1 kill to 4. Ohio did go down, and they definitely put that Alsace in a pinch. Almost, if the Pommern was able to get that shot off, get those torps off, might have been a different thing. Although still a bit of a tough position with the Alsace coming up